Hello, here is your daily devotional today, straight from the book Open Heavens by Pastor E.A. Adeboye, to help shape your day and guide you as you navigate through. Please follow us, subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for more of our contents. God bless you. Open Heavens, 26th December 2025, Friday Daily Devotional by Pastor E.A. Adeboye. Let God make you. Part 1. Memory verse. And Jesus said unto them, Come ye after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men. Memory verse. Mark chapter 1 verse 17. Bible reading, Luke chapter 15, verses 11 through 24. And he said, A certain man had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falleth to me. And he divided unto them his living. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together and took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living. And when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want. And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his fields to feed swine. And he would fain have filled his belly with the husks that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him. And when he came to himself, he said, How many hired servants of my father's have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants. And he arose and came to his father. But when he was a great way off, his father saw him, and had compassion, and ran, and fell on his neck, and kissed him. And the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. But the father said to his servants, Bring forth the best robe, and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand, and shoes on his feet. And bring hither the fatted calf, and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead, and is alive again. He was lost, and is found. And they began to be merry. May the Lord bless the reading of his words. Message. Today's Bible reading tells us about a young man who was very comfortable in his father's house and had nothing to worry about until he probably started listening to the wrong voices. He became discontent and demanded his share of the inheritance from his father. When people begin to listen to the wrong voices, they often start making wrong decisions. You must always ensure that you listen to the right voice, God's voice. To know how God speaks and the things he says, you must read and understand his word. Only those who constantly read and meditate on God's word will escape the deception of these end times. When the prodigal son was leaving his father's house, he said, Father, give me, quote unquote. His request landed him far away from his father, and even though he seemed to enjoy himself for a while after that, his happiness did not last. He soon became poor, and since he was in a strange land, he suffered greatly. Thankfully, the prodigal son came to his senses and realized that he could not make himself, meaning that he needed his father to succeed in life. He was in a haste to be made, but he needed to let his father take him through the right process. God is a God of process, and he always wants to make his children whom he desires them to be. Whenever a chef is making a meal, the process is not usually as attractive as the end product. For instance, the heating process is usually unpleasant. However, the ingredients that endure the heat will become fit to grace a king's table. Those that don't go in the fire usually end up as trash or food for pests. When God was making Moses, he made him stay in the desert for 40 years, tending to his father-in-law's flock. Exodus chapter 3 verse 1. It couldn't have been a pleasant experience for a man who had lived in the palace all his life. But the process helped to shape him into a tough leader who could confront Pharaoh, a man considered as the most powerful king on earth at the time. Jesus called his disciples to make them. Mark chapter 1 verse 17. When he was done making them, the Pharisees and religious leaders marveled because even though they were unlearned, they had become a wonder. Acts chapter 4 verse 13. Beloved, surrender yourself completely to God and let him make you. When he is done, you will become a wonder to your family, friends, and the world at large. Reflection. Are you fully surrendered to God's process? Bible in 1 year, Revelation chapters 4 through 7. Hymn for the day. I need thee every hour. Open Heavens Daily Devotional Guide was written by Pastor E.A. Adeboye, the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, and audio production by RCCG Open Heavens Parish, Orunshi, Stockton, California. For you are glorious.